Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on our first delivery of our Petty's Garage Mustang. Listen man, this is fresh from Richard Petty himself. This car is titled in Petty Garage's name so that you can have some history and things like that with it. Imagine this car 20 or 30 years from now when Richard Petty potentially could be gone. Maybe he'll live to be 150, 175, you know, with modern advances in science and his high level of income. He could be 250, 275. We don't know. Anyway, my point is this, that cars that have history, like Shelby cars and things like that from the past, especially cars that were titled in their names and what have you, make for a much more collectible car. I don't want to spend all day talking about all of the details of this car because you can see that on our website, but I want to point out a couple of the big things so you know you're getting a very different car than, say, maybe a Roush or a Celine or even a Ford Shelby GT500, because these right here are custom built and the paint and things like that are 500 levels above what you might be getting elsewhere. So let's take a peek at that first. So the paint on this takes almost a month to do. All right, these are all hand painted on and cleared over. You can't even feel a single piece of this. Check out how crisp and clear the letters are on there. Right, here's the window sticker from Petty's Garage. Look at that, man. It is absolutely beautiful. And this is all painted down here. It's all done correctly. Painted down all around the bottom, right? And so now we're started taking factory orders on these cars. So we've ordered 4 or 5 more today. We have lots of people who are asking for them and putting deposits down and moving forward with that, and I want to show you what you're getting. So the paint alone is great. You can do decals or paint. If you decide to do decals, because we're doing some cars with decals, we save quite a bit of money. Also, we could take the decals off in a year or two if you wanted, and you'd have a completely different looking car, or we could change the color of the decals too, which would be pretty cool. All right, this is all painted as well. What I did want to show you is these ones here. These models come with the HRE rims on them. All right. And check out the size of the brakes in there, and we have them custom painted in Petty Blue. They're the Willwoods, cross-drilled rotors, and looks to be a multi-piece. And then all of the little call-out stuff, for instance, like the 5.0 badge there, right? This right here is a 305 series tire. Now this has a fully adjustable suspension. Colin has mentioned to me that it's 32 way. 32 ways. I would probably get lost somewhere in the suspension, so you might want to have a professional come in. Actually, he could probably adjust it for you because he knows way more about suspensions than I do. But it has adjustable, and also has adjustable sway bars as well on this model. We checked that off and included that in there. All right, this tail is absolutely fabulous, man. Check this out. Look at this car from behind. No other car in the world looks like this with these stainless rivets in the back. Remember, these guys they have a race team, a NASCAR team, cars that go over 200 miles an hour, and they're winning race cars. They're not like lagging in the field. We're talking about Richard Petty Racing. Those guys know how to do stuff right. And look, this is so beautifully done. Look at the size of the exhaust pipes coming out of there. They're like elephant legs. All right, so now what we're going to do, first off, I love this logo. That's such a great logo. All right, let's go look under the hood, see what 800 horsepower looks like, and decide whether we can handle getting in this car, or we'll actually take all of our clothes off and we'll be standing there naked in front of it. So we can decide together. Let's go. So we keep looking at the paint because I can't take my eyes off of how nice it is. They really did a great job. Look through the seats there. Those are Katzkin seat covers, custom made for this car, stitched in white with the Petty logo on there. Right? The cool thing about this is we can do the paint however you like, we can do the interior however you like, or you can let us handle it for you and it'll be here. But you could have a hand in building your own car, and we are the largest Petty dealer in the world. Now that is saying that a little early, but soon to be. All right? Okay, so let's check this out here. Check out this Edelbrock Supercharger, the TVS 2650, all right? I don't want to get into all the details and things, but there's a lot that goes on other than just bolting on the Supercharger, special tune and injectors and things like that to get that kind of power. There's also, the axles are changed in the rear of the car, and a couple other major components. We'll post that on our website as well to handle it. So it's not like we just bolted on some power and said, hope it stays together, all right? It's built because these guys know a NASCAR engine can be, you know, 700 horsepower with a tiny little carburetor on it, right? They're getting a lot of power out of those little bit of cubic inches with not a lot of fuel. These guys know how to deliver power, and that's why this was such a great choice for us to decide to move here and do a deal with Petty. A couple of other nice details here. This is nice too, just like Shelby did back in the day as well. And I keep talking about this. These guys have been around since '49, before Shelby even started, but here's your tag for the car. And so you want to give the suspension a little try. It's very simple. What you want to do is just dial a couple clicks to add some stiffness to it or take some out of it, depending on where you live. If you live in the city and it's really rough and you just want that to make sure to be softer, you can soften it up. You hit the minus button on here, just click minus, minus, minus. Or if you want it stiffer because you live in these great roads that are just like glass smooth and this car would handle super, super nice. And wait till you hear it. Whoa, the car with all that, you do that as well. So anyway, just a couple nice touches and features there so you can see what that looked like. Another nice feature about this car, first off, not cheap tires. Continental Extreme Contacts, right? These are 20s, 305s in the rear, which is ridiculous. You need to see this from behind. It is like a steamroller. Anyway, so the wheelwood brakes, these ones are cross-drilled, slotted. You can see that they're directional to begin with, and they didn't cheap out. They put a wheelwood parking brake there as well, set up for really, really quality stuff. All right, so come in here. There we go. This is really actually a pretty nice trunk. Look at how much room is in here. If you could come around here for a second, look how deep that is. Looks great. Also the back seats fold down, but let me just show you your kind of petty stuff that you get with this car. You get a nice little water bottle and a hat and a couple other features, a couple nice pictures of everybody there and the people who built it and what have you. So that's your little swag bag. All right, I'll keep this in there, and it's got its little logo. All right. Oh, nicely do. And you can go away for the weekend if you wanted to. That's why this car's so great, because it's usable. It's 800 real deal horsepower, but it's just a regular car until you start getting on it. It just drives like a regular car. You just get in and you go. The AC's there, all the beautiful sound system is there. You know what? We'll get inside. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay. All right, this is really a brand new car. All right, it's less than 500 miles on it. And we may take it to some shows and things like that, since we're now taking orders on them. So we may get a couple more miles, or it's may be sold and gone by the time you see this video. But all the manuals, the build sheet, tuner, this right here, your certificate about the car. This is all super, super important stuff, because, you know, one day this car could potentially be that next valuable thing. This is really nice too. So what they do is Richard hand signs these, okay? And this badge is cool. You say, okay, that's really nice, Tone. Why is it so cool? Well, first off, look at the fasteners. The fasteners are fabulous. They're NASCAR type fasteners. Secondly, they put a plastic sleeve over top of this so it doesn't wear off and it doesn't fade. And that's just a really cool piece. This shifter comes with it, with this fabulous, I mean, when I say this thing is tight, listen to it. It's only this big. Normally it'd be like oars. This right here is just super tight, and that blue shifter ball there. Obviously the Mustang interior is probably one of the greatest interiors out there, and then you have the full custom of the interior as well. So the stitching here goes all the way to the back. All this is done, right? And it's just a great, great looking car. And you'll see online about all the details and stuff. I don't want to spend all day going all over that, because the car has so many things. That's why it's so much fun. First off, not only is this car a custom car, it's a rare car. There's very few of these built. It is significantly different than a Roush or a Saleen in the sense that the suspension is fully adjustable. It comes with the wrenches, so if you want to raise or lower the ride height of this car, maybe it's only you and you want it super slammed to the ground, or maybe you have a family and you want us to raise it a little bit so that when everybody's in the car it's not so stiff. The paint is spectacular. I already showed you how beautiful that is. Clear coated all over, so you can't feel any of this. If this is too much and you don't like this, is just a decal that comes off. And that's a great thing about this car, man, is you can kind of custom touch and tune however you want it to be, your own personal thing. In my opinion, I think the car is bad A, just like it is. The wheels and tires look ridiculous. The stance is fabulous. The spoiler is killer good looking. These headlights and on and on and on, from keyless entry and power windows and power locks and big brakes and suspension and all that. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000. I got so many stickers in my hand right now because this car has so many features. Call us, we'll figure it out with you and get this one in your garage. All right, how about we fire it up for you so you can hear what this beast sounds like. Ignition ignited.
What you think, Tony?
Whoa! Do not film me right now.